Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your first gameplay and overview from the dev server for the Apex Predators update for War Thunder of the Kfir Canard. This is a currently rank 7 battle rating 11.0 aircraft, jet aircraft for the Israeli air tech tree, and it is of course a premium. Now being that this is rank 7, this will be one of the initial rank 7 premiums and will also cost $70. Now it is closest in performance to the Kfir C2 that is also in game, but is unfortunately an event vehicle, so this is not something that people will normally be able to get anyways. That being said though, it does have access to pretty much everything being the same. The max speed is slightly different, about 2 kilometers per hour more, and it does have a marginally better rate of climb, about half a meter per second better. That might have something to do with weight difference, maybe aerodynamics, I'm not entirely sure, but of course this does have marginally better performance than that, but it could also have to do with the fact that this is the dev server and the stats have yet to be completely ironed out. But insofar as its weapons are concerned, it does have a host of weapons where you can have AIM-9Gs, you can have yourself some 20mm cannons, a bunch of Mighty Mouse, some 2,000-pound bombs, basically just a whole bunch of excellent weapons because of course this is a really good close air support vehicle, and I believe, but I will be able to confirm, but this does have, if I'm not mistaken, ballistic computers for both the bombs and rockets. Now that being said, it doesn't have the best missiles, unfortunately. Again, AIM-9Gs, they are not fantastic, especially at this BR, so I'm not really sure how it will perform. But again, it is closest to the Kfir C2, so if you guys have the Kfir C2, you will know more or less how this plays. But even the Kfir C7, pretty damn close, but of course it does not have everything that this has, like 4 missiles. That being said, let's get into a few matches here, see what we could do, and have a good time, but I want to see how good this thing actually flies. So as with pretty much every other Kfir, this thing is an absolute powerhouse. I mean, it just gets to speed with ease, and even with these huge 20mm gun pods on it, it still just reaches the Mach barrier with ease. And without it, I mean, I'd be going probably 1,300 kilometers per hour right now. So it's just a fantastically fast aircraft. It can really carry payloads extremely quickly, and if speed is what you want, this is really good at it. Now, it has really bad energy retention in turns, so the point where you'll probably find yourself going 350 kilometers per hour in no time, which really is a shame, as you can imagine. But, in case you guys are wondering why I am equipping the gun pods, it's simply because I actually like that type of loadout. I will take the deficit to, in terms of maneuverability, so I can just miss A4Bs that are flying right by me. So, in case you guys are wondering, that's exactly why, just so you guys, can see that sort of thing. But that said, we do have some F4s here. Now, it really sucks that this has such mediocre missiles at this BR. Now, like maybe around 10.0 BR, these missiles would be okay. But unfortunately, this is not... Oh, look at my speed just decreasing so much. But unfortunately, at this BR, these missiles are... I think what the professionals would refer to as booty chatter. They can hit enemies that are unaware and that are just simply, oh wow, what the hell? That are just kind of simply flying around like a bot, like an NPC. But that's it. I mean, it's just so bad. So let's see what else we can do here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any real enemies on the enemy team. But of course, I can still show you kind of the capabilities of this aircraft, the speed, some of the flaws, strengths, and all that. Just kind of pay attention to the stats, and you should be able to see those with relative ease. So I'm going to go for this F5. I don't think I'm going to get them. Nope. Of course not. Holy cow, this thing is so slow in a turn. Like, I get it. I really do. That, the main reason for it is one of the main reasons is because it has these gun pods, but this thing is not going to be as good. Like, I know that the MiG-21s have issues with energy retention, but this is worse. Also, if you have these gun pods, it kicks down quite a bit, but it makes you just crazy capable of destroying light pillboxes and pretty much anything else. So it looks like we've already destroyed the enemy team. Let's see if we can get into another match here, hopefully with some more enemies on the enemy team. But, I'm not upset with this. It's just, this is kind of how dev server gameplay is, unfortunately. let's get into it. So one of the great things about seeing a bunch of F-16s here is that at least you kind of have a chance. You know, kind of. In that with the F-14s, a lot of the time they just deliver silent death. But F-16s not so much. You actually have to get close to them. And let's see, come on. Can I get a good old gun kill with them? Got a hit! Oh, baby, yes! Ha ha ha! Woo! I'll take it. That is enough for me to justify using these until the end of time. Holy guacamole. I'm happy with that, guys. Wow. Oh. Okay. I got me a kill versus an F-16. Woo! Okay, I know that's not like all too big of a deal, but makes me feel good about myself. So, that being said, let's see what else we could do. Like I said, unfortunately, when it comes to aircraft, when it comes to, you know, playing this game in the dev server, you're really just stuck with the enemies that you face, and for the most part, they are bots. And a lot of the time, there are people who buy their way up to a certain plane just so that they can play it, whatever. You know, so it's not really the greatest competition out there. Now, that said, I do want to show you guys what this is like when it comes to, you know, its actual bomb loadouts, things of that nature. So I'll try to show you guys in just a second, you know, what we can do with its bombs, rockets, and, you know, just that way you guys get a kind of a feel of its CAS capabilities. But again, you know, I mean, really, if you guys want, you can test this out in the actual game server with the Kfir C2. You know, you can just do a test drive on that and it'll have all the same capabilities of this aircraft because it is essentially the same exact plane, at least insofar as War Thunder is concerned. There's not really enough differences where they are visible. So that said, let's get into another match here, or not another match, but rather do a test drive and, you know, just kind of fill out how its capabilities are. Let's get into it. So just kind of as a final portion of this video here, I decided to load this up with a complete CAS loadout so you can see how this is with CAS. So it's got AIM-9Gs, it's got some Zunis, it's got 500-pound bombs in the center line, 2,000-pound bombs adjacent, and also a 20mm gun pod in case you want to use that. And they do have all, I guess you could say, ground belts equipped, so it's pretty effective, I guess, in that regard. So it took out the ZSU very easily with just the cannons. So this does have, as you could see, some whatchamacallits. I can't even think here. It does have ballistic computers, which is very, very nice. Now the performance of this aircraft is absolutely mauled by the fact that it has all this ordnance here. So it really dies very, very easily. Whereas, you know, with just the 20mm gun pods, you can kind of get away with it a bit. With everything else, no way in heck. It is not an easy plane to maneuver. Of course, as you drop ordnance, it's not nearly as bad, but it's still... Jeez, man, that 20mm gun pod, holy guacamole. It just shifts your plane down. I mean, that is worse than anything else. You know, any other ordnance package you can have on this, but it's just so... Oh my gosh, and I'm sinking to the ground right now, like, rapidly. Holy guacamole. Yes, so, I mean, in short, you know, now that you kind of have a real brief demonstration of how this aircraft is in CAS, and also in air-to-air battles. How do I feel that it is? Well, it's not bad. You know, again, if you have the Kfir C2, you already know what this plane does. This is pretty much the same thing, but a premium version. It's okay. You know, it's not bad at the BR that it is. If you like that style of gameplay, it's kind of like a MiG-21, but much more balanced for close air support rather than... Oh my god, that's so bad. Rather than air combat. So, do I like it? Yes and no. It's very, very good in some regards, but again, it kind of lacks the performance once you load it up with a bunch of weapons, and it makes it very difficult to use. More so than a lot of other aircraft, like the F4 that can kind of handle a bomb load like this. much more easily. So I think that's plenty good if you like close air support planes. This is actually pretty good in that role. But again, you really have to take into account the fact that it just lacks so much speed. Like, it gets killed when considering that that you have pretty much no maneuverability once you attach the, pretty much everything here. So, that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Of course, I'm always interested to see what you guys think. By the way, thanks again, guys, and I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.